Hi, everybody. Astroferret with an Astroweather special for Thursday, the 16th of July. There's no big aspect to discuss today, so instead, I'll do a deeper look at that big outer planetary alignment everyone's excited about. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all at 4 degrees of their respective signs and making a triangular aspect pattern that we call a bisextile. This aspect's been forming for some time, so we have been feeling its effects coming into being, and it will persist and have influence actually for the next 2 years. It's just that at the moment it's at peak intensity. It's really unusual to have all the outer planets change signs at once, and even more rare for them to align in the way they are doing. This indicates that we're living in a time of intense and unprecedented change, and that certainly seems to be the case. This is a process. We'll only see in time how crucial the decisions and the actions taken now are to the future of humanity. The main thing now is to pay attention. There are three key players: Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Uranus is the planet of sudden and radical change, chaos, trauma, technology, genius. It's focused on future and freedom and truth. In general, Uranus does break down, break up, and break through. Uranus in Gemini for the next 7 years is revolutionizing the way we communicate, bringing in new technologies at an unbelievable pace. So we can see this in the development of AI and in renewed commitment to space exploration and in medical innovations, for instance. Neptune is the planet of spirituality and dissolution, intuition, glamour, deception, compassion, confusion. It dissolves boundaries and it connects us to the personal and universal unconscious. Neptune in Aries for the next 13 years is going to see a change in personal attitudes to spirituality. It could, in some ways, undermine our individuality and self-determination, and certainly alter our view of what achievement looks like. In the big wild world, warfare will be unrecognizable and conflicts confusing and unfathomable. It'll be really hard to tell the good guys from the bad. We'll recognize the crucial importance of the waters of the earth, take action to save the oceans. Pluto is a planet of profound psychological transformation, crises. It's the planet of wealth and finance. It rules the underworld and all things that are buried deep. And it also is in charge of regeneration and rebirth. Pluto investigates and uncovers the truth. Pluto in Aquarius, like Uranus, is focused on freedom, the future, and truth. In this case, uncovering buried or hidden truths. Pluto in Aquarius is focused on living and working in community and power to the people movements. It wants to tear down outdated government and societal structures and systems and rebuild a better world. Achieving equality, fairness, and social reform is the work of Pluto. So these three planets are involved in three aspects in the big alignment. Uranus in Gemini is in sextile to Neptune in Aries. Uranus and Neptune are really different energies. Uranus has crystalline clarity and acts at great speed. Neptune is foggy and indistinct, and things change, but so slowly we don't see it. As Neptune impels us to develop a personal spirituality, Uranus contribute sudden flashes of insight and clarity, downloads of information, if you will. And Neptune in Aries can inspire us to act, to influence, perhaps, the development of technologies, and especially communications with regard to the impact it has on humans as individuals. It wants to infuse compassionate ideals in the development of communication and technology. Now, Uranus and Neptune met by conjunction in 1993. This was a time of global recession and saw the first rollout of what we called personal computing. We have the opportunity now as a species to address global crises with compassion and equity. We can be responsible and circumspect in managing new technologies. Sextiles mean always that there's an opportunity to do something and get it right. If you were around in 1993, look for resonances and repeated themes in our lives. This time, we can navigate the situation with consciousness and insight. The next aspect is Neptune in Aries sextile to Pluto. Now, Neptune and Pluto, much slower moving planets, were conjunct in the 1890s. This period was considered as second industrial revolution, and major changes arose from the increased use of electricity, and there were global financial and social implications. The rise of Western empires redrew the map of the world, and the religious movement of spiritualism was at the height of its popularity. And today we see a media and communications revolution. Borders and nationhood are in question globally. And nowadays, all over YouTube, there are channelers communicating with spiritual entities and extraterrestrial intelligence, whereas before we had mediums speaking with dead people. With a sextile aspect, we have the chance to address global issues with courage and compassion, as long as we're prepared to change things fundamentally, not with superficial patch-ups, deep transformation. On a personal level, where do we have to undergo profound transformation? And can we in some way see change within in our spiritual beliefs and how they inform our lives and our choices? It's time to ask again what really matters to us as individuals. And the third aspect in this pattern is Pluto in Aquarius in trine to Uranus in Gemini. Now, Pluto and Uranus met by conjunction in the mid-60s, the time of hippies, flower power, the summer of love, moon landing, and civil rights movement, women's rights, racial equality, caring for Mother Earth and the environment, and a return to nature gained support. It was a time of great social change and liberation, the dawning of the age of Aquarius that is now upon us. As very famously, if you can remember the 1960s, you weren't there, we can consider the period from 2012 to 2015 when Uranus and Pluto met with a square. At this time, the power of social media and its algorithms was clearly established. and mobile phones morphed into smartphones. And finally, the world seemed to become aware of the urgency of the environmental situation, and they responded with movements like Extinction Rebellion. With a trine going on now, we can work with the themes of those days with more ease and flow. On a personal level, whatever challenges that we were facing in that period from 2012 to 2015 can reprise, but this time we can smash it. Hopefully, peace activism and measures to protect the environment are swift, decisive, and effective. We all have a part to play, acting in community and building the future. The fifth dimension's vision still sounds good and encapsulates a lot of positive expressions of this bisextile energy. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, no more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelations, and the mind's true liberations. Aquarius. Sounds good, doesn't it? We'll be back tomorrow with the regular daily forecast. Thanks for listening and have the most brilliant day.